Okay, I'll finish there. Let's go. I'm going to grab a lunch. And let's say I'm in a hurry. Mad Max mode. Let's see how it does through like the city streets here. And then when we get there, we'll park in the parking lot because we want to park at the parking lot of the place we're going.
And which I...
Here we go. This is a school zone. There's speed bumps, but let's see what standard does in a school zone to give this the best chance at success. We are already speeding, 36, 37. So the only real thing you can do, chill looks like it's going, oh, it's hard, the speed bump. Chill is, I don't know what's chill gonna do, but standard speeds in school zones still. We're going 30, but it's because of the speed bump, so it's really hard. You might get like enough of a break here to see what the car actually wants to do for a speed. I wouldn't say that's a pass by chill. I would say that's a fail by standard, 100%. 30, okay, chill's pretty good, but again, like we just keep hitting speed bumps, so it's hard to tell. Really surprised that Tesla hasn't locked in that logic somehow, that school zones are just like a no-go for speeding. Like I touched the pedal there because that guy waved us. You should never speed in a school zone. I say it all the time. It drives me a little crazy that FSD still does that because like the optics of it are horrible. Dan O'Dowd and any random human that wants to like slander Tesla, all they have to do is hop in a car with FSD in standard and have it go like 50 through a school zone and people would be up in arms. Like speeding and children, those two things don't mix. So if you just say like this autonomous car recklessly speeds through a school zone, I don't know. I can't really defend that. That doesn't sound great. It's not ideal. So it must be a hard problem to solve. Otherwise, I'm sure they would have, but yeah, school zones in version 14.1.2 are not fixed.
It's like it's either Raising Cane's or McDonald's.
We're confused. There's a stop line for people turning left, and the stop sign for us should be way up there. So FSD kind of like aggressively applied the brakes because it was confused about what it was doing. Really nice job. As soon as the car saw that this person was like gonna go, we slammed on the brakes. Honestly, rightfully so. That I wouldn't say was a bad thing. That girl was like fully coming into our lane, and we like slammed on the brakes because she was, and then she slammed on the brakes, and then she like rolled her eyes and shook her head in like complete disgust. She messed up. Oh, we're going into a mall. That doesn't really work. Okay, well, inadvertently, this is a parking garage. See what the car does. We'll go somewhere else after this because I can't really leave the car since there's cameras everywhere. So I assume we'll just find a spot. This is pretty straightforward for it. Okay, so it looks like we're gonna back into this spot here. If we would have gone further forward, we could have done this in one move, and instead we're gonna do it in like 2 moves, which is just unnecessary. Again, just being hypercritical, right, of the situation. Otherwise, good job. Cool, we're here. I have to find somewhere else to eat, so 2 seconds. Okay, the food in this area is super bleak, so we're just gonna continue on. Kind of nice to see the car park anyways, and now we can head out. Really good job. No left turns here for whatever reason. We like signaled, wanted to turn left, and like as soon as it saw that it was closed, it bailed on the decision, and it's going around. Great job. The slight issue is that it wants to do a U-turn. I've talked about this quite a bit. Okay, I think we're just going to turn left instead. Or is it going to U-turn? God, what's it going to do? I don't think this is legal. I don't know. There's nobody coming, so I'm not too upset, but did a good job. Cool. Okay, so park here in the parking lot at Chipotle. There is parking here, so it could definitely like tuck in. And there's spots available, so let's see how it does here. I think it's gonna have to redo this because we're fully over the line right now. Okay, yeah. We're still on the line. If it parks like this, I'm gonna have to take over. You can see that's the line. Yeah, we're like that's the line on our wheel. When we reverse here, you'll kind of see the car could have done this just so much differently to like avoid this issue. Not a safety issue, but it just, you know, it's a fairly empty parking lot. We could have done this better. That's all I'm saying. Okay, cool. I'll be back in 1 second, just grabbing food. Okay, I have my lunch now, so I'm probably gonna turn off the face cam once I start driving, but let's see how FSD does getting us out of here. Hopefully we point that way, because it's gonna get weird if we don't. Perfect. I feel like the drives have been all intervention free so far. Sorry that I don't remember, but version 14.1.2 is so good. Okay, this is interesting. The where we came in that was closed is obviously still closed. I wonder when FSD is going to see that, or if I'm going to have to take over, because it says no left turns. So is it going to try and then go right, or what's it going to do here? Because it's going to get real exciting if we try and go over that. So no left turns. What's its plan here? Left turn signal. Right turn signal. Very good. Go, little car, go. I hope we don't just like loop back to where we just were. Okay. No, that's wrong. I hope we don't do that. Let's see what it does. Is it gonna park? Why? I wouldn't recommend this. All right. That's certainly one way to have handled this situation. Okay, we'll try that one more time here. But I think it's gonna just hit the same area that we just were. We'll see. Dynamic routing, update. Maybe this time, because it'll be able to go straight, because this truck isn't parked here, it will be able to like find a new way. It's being super hesitant, super hesitant. I'm pressing the pedal just to get us like through here. Okay, I think we're just gonna like swing back around and end up in the same situation again. Unfortunately. Whether or not this has anything to do with it currently there's like no connectivity. I don't think that matters, but let's try one more time here and see what it does. These guys are probably wondering why I've like swung by 3 times, but okay. So I'm going to snapshot this regardless because I don't think it's good what it's done. Come to a full stop. That's fine. It's a stop sign. And then we should go. Oh, see, that brake jittering, what it just did is, I think, because of these guys. The nav is right, but we are wrong. I don't know where it's going right now. I'm very hungry, so I'm eating, sorry. Is it going to park again? Interesting. It's strange to me that, assuming it is going to do what it did last time, that in these scenarios, it's now choosing to just park rather than troubleshoot. Interesting. Yeah, so basically twice now in a row, the car couldn't figure its way out due to this road closure, and it just parked in a parking spot rather than endlessly looping, which maybe is their solution to the endless looping, because that was a problem in version 14.1, where the car would just like spin around a block or a parking lot infinitely looking for something if it couldn't solve it. Strange. All right. Oh, interesting. We're stuck in a drive-through line. I'm just realizing this now. I don't know why there's so many people that like Tim Hortons. It's the worst fast food place to ever go in Canada, but we're stuck in the lineup for the drive-through. I'm going to disengage just because I don't want to sit here for like 10 minutes while people get their bad coffee. Yeah. Interesting. I'll snapshot that as well. Okay, we are at our next little stop here. I have curbside again marked. We'll see how the car does. Cool, good enough. I mean, we're stopped. If I was to like critique it again, we're just in front of somebody's garage. You could park there and not be, but this is great. Okay, I'll see you in 2 seconds. Whoa. That was cool. I was kind of wondering what we were doing. And the car moved way over. These are both recording? Yeah, good. The car moved like way over, and I was confused why. And it's because of this big semi-truck needed to get by. And we're like fully, you're going to see, like as we drive, we're going to come back to the middle of the lane. Like the car, wow, that was crazy. I've never seen FSD do anything like that before. Okay. Well done. Holy. That's clip worthy for sure.
There's a company called Kentucky, the Colonel Sanders Kentucky Fried Chicken Company.
A little bit of heart.
The restaurant would
Yeah.
buy a
See that?
formula.
That like
Oh, it's
indecisiveness.
And they would, and my father goes,
Sorry. That indecisiveness is what FSD hasn't been doing all day. And it just did it twice there, which isn't ideal. Like, I get it, there's cross traffic, but just the way that it's like stopping is different than version 13 ever did. So that brake stabbing, whatever you want to call it, used to be 100 times worse and would happen way more often. So it still sort of exists, but it's 99% better. Perfect job stopping for the flagger. Sort of. Where are we going up? I don't love this. That kind of like move. It's as she like, wiggles the stop sign around. Okay, and then I had to touch the pedal there. Holy, that's very loud. That was like, I would say overall a bit of a fail. We were kind of like lurching forward as she was holding the stop sign still, which probably made her feel a little bit uncomfortable. And then she flipped it to slow and the car started to go, but then the car stopped because it thought it was a pedestrian on the road and didn't like confidently proceed. So not ideal would be my final thoughts on how that was handled. Also, they're building a SkyTrain there, for those of you that aren't familiar with the area in Langley, and they're like putting piles into the ground, and so they're hammering them right now, and holy, that was very loud. I got stopped right beside it. Okay, so left-hand turn here. I will say when I would go right now, like right now. Cool, perfect. Well done. Really good job on the speed bumps. I don't think we've missed one yet today. So speed bumps have been getting better and better, and I feel like they're nearly perfect now. Cool. We're parked beside a fire hydrant again. That's okay, because I'm about to move, but really, really good job. I'll see you guys in a second. All done, heading home. I think other than the funny park jobs, the car has done absolutely everything, which is insane. Ugh. I don't know. Very, 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 very good. I just made a post on X basically saying that I think version 14 should go wide. Obviously I'm nobody, but like I've spent, I would argue to say, some of the most time with version 14, just the fact that I've like road tripped with it and I just do a lot of driving every day. So probably amongst the testers, I'd say that I've done some of the most driving. And I'm also, I feel like, the most critical of it, because I think safety is super important. And I think the impression that people get from FSD is a very long lasting one. I would never, and I wasn't recommending for the previous versions of FSD to go wide, because there was like what I deemed to be safety critical issues and just like issues that would make you not want to turn back on FSD if you got that version rolled out to your car. This today, except for a few little issues, has been basically perfect. We should go after this truck definitely turns. Okay, we should go after this. Yeah, I don't know. This version is just like radically different, radically better. There's nothing wrong with it. I think people could have this. That's kind of my like thoughts on it. Is I just spent a day, 119 kilometers, but 119 very like busy city kilometers. I wasn't just like on the highway for most of that, and the car felt incredible the entire time. We went to like 6 different destinations. A car stopped, parked for us, did everything in between, barring a few like map related issues with like closed roads. I think everything was handled flawlessly. And then like weird things that came up, like the semi truck that needed to get by and we moved out of the way. That's insane. And the car just did that on its own. I don't know. It's very cool. I'm very impressed right now. And for those of you still here, assuming I'm able to make this into one video, because I think it's going to just be a whole bunch of speeding up. Thank you for watching. I hope it was interesting. I hope it was entertaining. If you're still here, if you could leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, assuming you're watching this on YouTube. If you're watching this on X, I don't know what to say. Give it a like, comment, follow if you're not already following me. And yeah. I think the rest of this drive, because it's quite slow, there's a lot of like construction and traffic, I think it's going to be pretty straightforward time lapse to the end.
This period of time where the man who picked it up said no one else touched it.
I think we just slammed on the brakes for a bird. I could be wrong. A bird flew across and we definitely like, not slammed on the brakes, but like semi-hard brake there for seemingly a bird flying across the road. I don't know. I'll have to see the video if there was something else that like caught the car's attention, but
evidence. Still, they sent the hat to the
weird. Like a lane indecision back there and then kind of like a slight brake pulse going through the intersection. So I still think version 14 is very good, but the little quirks are still just there a tiny bit. We're almost home now. Hope the video is interesting to watch. Thank you so much for watching, for the support. I will read the comments. If there's anything that I haven't shown that you want to see in version 14, please let me know. I'll do my best to get to it. Take care. See you on the next one. Bye.